Well, guys, this is an amendment to my US dollar video. As things are moving ahead quicker than we expected, which may be in line. When I made the video previously, we did not have the crisis going on in Europe with the uh, combination of the currency and the energy and the escalation in the Ukraine war and the current bloodbath happening in the markets. There's a new calculation. And hey, just it's important to be aware of this stuff to judge yourself accordingly. So let's go into it. So if you recall, I had said the US dollar was going to top out at around 2025, which would be around here. That's where I'm cursoring right now. But you can see we have now reached the trend line that I had drawn way back when. There is another trend line which is all the way up here, which draws back to the original high in February of '85. It is my belief it is not going to break this trend line. We're in this channel now, and I think that's where we're going to stay. But I want to make sure I want to make you aware of what that determination is made by. So these channel lines, as I mentioned to you before, read the other video when you draw a channel. You can see this is the original channel. You know, we draw it here at 78, 92, 08. You can see this channel twins in many places. Here, 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 and of course, logic and reason says it twins up there. However, the Elliott wave pattern moves in five legs in each direction. So what does that mean? So it goes like this. If I broke this down into a week, you'd see 1, 2, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, and I believe 3 is here, right here. So 3 is supposed to be the longest part of the pattern. 4 can't go any higher than the last high, which is here, and that's where we are right now. And then 5 will be much lower. That's just the way the Elliott pattern works. Feel free to look it up. It is widely available. It's not hidden knowledge or anything like that. So let me clone this real quick. Okay. So basically, what does that mean? As we go back in time, this is the 200-day moving average. You can see that anytime you're above the moving average, you're likely going to intersect the trend line. And when you're under the 200-day moving average, you're going to hit the other trend line. So we hop in our time machine, hit the trend line here, we rise above it. Sure as shit, we hit this trend line and we establish a new one up here. Go under it. Sure as shit, eventually we come down to this one. Go above it. Sure as shit, we eventually come up to this one. It's not guaranteed because sometimes you have a little false start here, but you'll see that it never goes back below the lowest low. Same holds true here. And now we're going, we've hit this trend line here that's in the format. So what's going on right now is the world is, you can look up what's called the dollar milkshake theory, where the world over is trying to buy dollars to cover some of the financial exposure that's going on in the marketplace right now. And they're trying to get out of dollars. There's a lot of guys who are calling for the American dollar to rise up to $1.20, but that goes above the trend line. So if we get a quick pullback here, much like we had a quick pullback here, like this pullback here was in excess of a month. If we get a quick pullback here and we fall below this line here at 103, this is going to very closely also align with the Fibonacci time sequence. The time sequence is playing out from the high in 85, the low in 93, the high in 2000, the low in 07, and the high now is March 23. So we're close to that. So basically, we have encountered the trend line. We could jerk around like this for a while. This jerked around for from September of 2000 all the way till March of 2002, and then it fell apart pretty quickly. Essentially, though, we have to get back underneath these highs here right away in order for us not to get. If we get above here in a meaningful way, and we go above, if we go above 120, well, shit. You know, odds are this thing could just keep hauling forever till it gets up here. I don't think it's going to do that because if you look at the remarks of Yellen, I've spoken about this before. She has said that America is going to have to spend trillions to get back to the place it was at. Sort of a narcissistic sort of statement that they can just make money out of nothing. I think we're going to get a little jerking around here, and we should have a quick failure back under here. Which once we're back under here, you can look for this, and then we want to follow the 200-day moving average. Once it's under there, we're then looking for it to fall down here. So as far as the bigger time frame on that, you know, we can postulate if we move this forward just to about, hang on a sec. This gets a little dicey. You know, these markets, so the last time this one fell apart, for example, 85 to 92, that's 7 years. 02 to 08, 5 years. So if we start falling apart here, let's say we stay up here for the year, which brings us to 23. 23 plus, let's say, 7 years. Oh yeah, 2030. Who keeps talking about 2030, right? Know what I mean? It's coinciding very nicely here with the what's called the radial, a Fibonacci fan, and the trend line. This high point here is pretty tough. Pretty tough. So yeah, if you're in American dollars, it would not be a terrible idea to look at your American dollars right now, and if you have any extra American dollar holdings right now, roll them into gold or silver. But this again could just be this could be the height of some in line with the bullshit that's going on in the markets right now as they're falling apart. This height here could be as good as it's going to get. We're going to watch this closely, and I will be updating this video to let you know how I feel the market's going to go. I'll probably do another update in November on this topic. So yeah, just you know, don't be worried about it. Just understand this is what's going on, and this is a great time if you want to roll over. If you have American funds, this is a great time to roll out of them, and or buy precious metals or at the lot. So yeah, thanks, folks.